So this isn't a topic that I would normally talk about on my channel, obviously, for those of you familiar with the content I normally post, but I felt compelled to do so because the story is just too grand. Okay, so OnlyFans is banning porn content. I cannot overemphasize how hilarious and tone deaf this is, because they're saying, oh, well, we have to comply with our financial partners. I don't know if they use like Square, or if they use PayPal, or whatever they use is on their back end, but I guess there's some legal issue there in regards to why they have to do this. But I cannot express how hilarious this is, because this is the equivalent of like if Aquafina banned water, or if GameStop banned video games. Like, do they not understand that porn is their business model? Clearly not. Clearly they think that like, oh, we just have a great subscription service model. Like, but here's the thing. Patreon has existed for what now, 10 years? More? Maybe 12 or 13 actually. And so Patreon's been around for a long time. It is vastly superior to OnlyFans. The only difference between Patreon and OnlyFans is that OnlyFans allows porn and Patreon doesn't. So Patreon is for creators doing like documentaries and YouTubers and whatever. And now Patreon, by the way, is going out because YouTube and Facebook and all these other platforms are instituting, even Twitter, I believe, is instituting paid membership models where people can pay for like bonus tweets from you or bonus videos. And of course, I have channel memberships on. So why would I use Patreon when you can get channel benefits and exclusives? Like on mine, you get like chat emojis and badges and these sort of things that are in my comment section. So I think for somebody like, say, High Top Films, it makes a lot of sense. But honestly, even he would probably benefit more from using it on YouTube, because if you have like a member exclusive or something that you want your members to see early, you can just distribute that via YouTube, and somebody doesn't have to go to an external site to get that benefit. Anyway, OnlyFans is basically saying, well, we just want to be like Patreon. So we're going to ban porn, no porn content, and, you know, we're just going to be Patreon, you know, and we're going to get real legitimate creators. But here's the thing, is that much in the same way when you hear the word Windex, you think of cleaning supplies, or when you hear McDonald's, you think of French fries and burgers. When you hear OnlyFans, you think porn, right? Like that's what it is. And clearly somebody didn't get this memo. Okay, like all these executives in this OnlyFans boardroom meeting clearly don't understand that, or they do, and they just really, their hand was forced by their financial partners, at which point you need to get your own financial system then, because, you know, I don't know. Do I particularly care? Am I like super, you know, excited that porn is being banned or whatever? Not really. Am I, do I subscribe to anybody on OnlyFans? No. Would I ever do that? No. But I guess if you want to, that's fine. It doesn't bother me. Like I'm not like excited, like, yes, less porn on the internet, because like there's infinite porn on the internet. I mean, you know, OnlyFans is just, very interesting. I know one person who makes tens of thousands of dollars per month on OnlyFans, actually. So it's like good for her, I guess. And I don't know what these people are going to do, I guess. Work it like, I don't know. I mean, you don't want to actually work in the porn industry, obviously, because that has been heavily highlighted to be abusive and terrible and all this. And Mia Khalifa is one of many people that has been a spoken critic against the porn industry. My understanding is that Mia Khalifa is still like, she doesn't think porn inherently is bad, but she thinks that the porn industry is exploitative, which it obviously is. I mean, that's just self-evidently true. And OnlyFans is an interesting way to give people who still want to make money off of porn content more freedom and liberty in terms of what they want to do. Otherwise, when you're in the porn industry, like, there are more limitations and regulations around what you can and cannot do, and you just have less control over your brand as a porn influencer, I guess. So in that sense, I think that OnlyFans is actually better for people than working in the traditional porn industry. And in that sense, an argument could be made that it's actually bad for people who are working in that industry to, this decision is not good for them. And will result in a net negative for the people actually working in the industry. But broadly speaking, I don't really care. I just think it's hilarious that OnlyFans is so tone deaf as to what they are, that they really think that they can just be Patreon. Like, they really are going to reach out to YouTubers like me and try to get me on OnlyFans. And like, imagine if I tweeted, hey guys, I'm moving over my YouTube memberships to OnlyFans. Give me $5 a month. People would fucking laugh at me because they're like, oh yeah, you posting like nudes now, you know? And that's what people would just troll me for. So of course I would never do that because I don't, just the brand image of that is not great. So yeah, what I think is going to happen now, and this creates a broader discussion in terms of where this is all going. I think what's going to happen is the OnlyFans is going to go under because, as I said, they're not going to be able to escape the branding that they have created for themselves as the porn publisher, I guess. And so they're going to go bankrupt, and then another publisher is just going to come in, like an OnlyFans clone, kind of think of like Mixer for Twitch, which might not be a great example because Mixer went under, but something like that, which is basically just a clone of it. And, you know, brand it the exact same way, and all the OnlyFans people are just going to move over to the new platform because somebody will do it. It's not illegal. They just have said for months now that they want to get away from porn content, and they want to turn a new page and do just have documentarians and YouTubers get on OnlyFans, and I don't know. I think it's just absurd. So, you know, OnlyFans has gone viral in many ways because, like, that Catch Me Outside girl from Dr. Phil, she made like $1 million in one day, the day she turned 18 on OnlyFans. And I think a lot of people in like the red pill, like MGTOW community are like celebrating this as something that's great. And, you know, like the Kevin Samuels of the world and all this are very excited about it. Which I think is like, I guess I don't really care about that angle of it as much. I just think that it is hilarious that OnlyFans really think that they're like Patreon. They actually do. Like, and this decision highlights that they really think that they're like a legitimate, like Patreon membership based model, but they're literally like OnlyFans and Pornhub are one. I have to be quiet because there are people around here. Like Pornhub and OnlyFans are like the same thing. They're synonymous. Like, you can interchange them. The only difference is that OnlyFans is more expensive. Like, Pornhub is free. That's the only difference. And OnlyFans you got to pay. So I don't know. I think it's absolutely hilarious. So they're going to go under, and then basically a new website is going to come up that's just going to be like fans only or like whatever, just like some clone of it. And then it's going to be like, yeah, just like upload your nudes here, and then yeah, people can pay you money, and then you just like. It's really quite simple. I mean, the branding will be the hardest lift, but I guarantee you there are going to be a number of vacuums that open, and there are going to be a bunch of companies competing for the OnlyFans spot, and then OnlyFans very well may revert their decision once they realize that they're going bankrupt and that YouTubers are not going to go to OnlyFans for obvious reasons, because you would just get trolled if you did, and it would just be a laughingstock. And why would I use OnlyFans instead of Patreon? Like, especially with the reputation that OnlyFans has. It just doesn't make sense. So clearly they didn't think this out very well, but that's not my problem. I wish them all the best, but they'll go bankrupt in a few years, which I don't celebrate in any way. I think it's just curious. It's curious. We'll let them try it. We'll see how they do. And they're going to be spending years and years rebranding their marketing and trying to present themselves as like this Patreon thing. And what they actually might do, here's what they should do, honestly. They should do what Mixer did. They should reach out to big YouTubers that are heavily involved in the YouTube membership program. Like, imagine if PewDiePie moved all of his YouTube memberships over to OnlyFans. He would get trolled for a bit, but then that could actually change their brand image. If the biggest YouTubers and creators and TikTokers were on OnlyFans not posting porn content and people were paying for that, then maybe they could rebrand themselves, maybe. But they're going to have to offer fat contracts like they did with Ninja, where Ninja was given millions of dollars just to exist on Mixer. That's not even counting the amount of money he actually made from his streams. They gave him millions of dollars just to stream on their website instead of Twitch. And that's the only way that they're going to be able to survive, is basically buying out creators on Patreon, like going to people and saying like, hey, you know, we're OnlyFans. I know you probably don't want to be here, but we'll give you $1 million if you move all your shit over to OnlyFans away from YouTube memberships. that could work, and then that could start a bidding war between YouTube and you know, maybe even TikTok. I know that TikTok has that integration as well. But it's very interesting. It's very interesting to see the landscape of this industry and how it is evolving. We'll just have to wait and see what happens. But yeah, very interesting. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you enjoyed, be sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to this channel, and hit the notification bell. More videos coming down the pipeline, get a live stream a little bit more. If you do want to become a channel member before I move over to OnlyFans, then check that out in the description below. Because OnlyFans, you know, it's a little more expensive. It's premium content, okay? My premium content is going to be on OnlyFans, but if you want to get the run-of-the-mill stuff, you can just subscribe here on YouTube. It's only $2 a month, so why not? Okay, thank you guys for tuning in. See you in the next video. Peace out.